Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And this is my perfume collection. Basically, at the moment, perfume collection, perfume storage, all the perfumes that I own right now. And I can also, I don't know, can I call this my capsule collection? Let me know, because I don't think I have more than like 10 or 12 over here. I always forget like what the total number is, but we'll figure out anyway as we go along. So basically, today's video is going to be me not exactly downsizing. So let me get this straight. Today's video is not going to be a declutter, first of all, but I kind of wanted to go through all my perfumes and do like an unofficial project pan kind of a situation. So basically, I'm going to go through every single one, tell you how I feel about it. A, B, is this something that I love enough that I will eventually at some point repurchase? Or and then of course towards the end of the video, I think once we like clear out this entire basket, I will know how many perfumes I am going to potentially like unofficially focus on using up this year. There might be of course some that I will organically use up as well, and then I want to see where my perfume collection will potentially end up by the end of this year. And the reason for me to do that is because I want to a have my entire collection fit into this basket in a more organized way. Like right now I'm kind of piling everything in and I'm trying to make everything fit in here, but I want to eventually like have a smaller collection. At this point of time, I think on social media everyone is looking at expanding their collection, trying out new things, but I've already gone through that entire phase and that entire wave where I had way more than this, and I eventually started decluttering and getting at a smaller number. I feel like out of this, I don't want to declutter any. I mean, there are some that I'm not a big fan of, but I will still use them and use them up. I don't plan to declutter any. So I think I'm like chatting too much towards the intro. We should actually get into this. You can see what is in here. I think you guys already know because I did a perfume collection video a couple of months ago. Nothing much has changed actually since then, but yes, let's get into this and let's start picking up one by one what do we have. Okay, the first one is this one right here from Fleur. This is Floria. I think you're not able to see the name very clearly. It is right here, but because of the color of the bottle and the font, you're not able to see it. So this is Fleur's Floria. This is like my current signature scent. I love the scent of this so much. I'm gutted that Fleur actually discontinued this scent, because otherwise I would want 100 ml of this. Let's be very honest. I would want 100 ml of bottle of this because I love the scent so much. I'm actually gonna have to look for like the same kind of perfume notes, the same scent profile, probably something that is still available, and possibly something that's available here in India. I would love to have like something like this. It smells so like, it's got jasmine, there is of course like vanilla. I think vanilla is like a note which is there in every perfume. I'm basically sniffing it, which is why it's not in the frame. Yeah, I think this is a little better lighting. So yes, this is something I will potentially, I think, organically use up because I love it so much, but I don't plan to like focus on using this up. But I think this is something that will potentially get used up. So I think we should make 3 piles. We should make a pile of things that will organically get used up, things that I will force myself to use, and then stuff that you will probably still see here in 2026. So yeah, let's do that. So this is going to go in the middle pile here of stuff that I'm going to organically use up. Then moving on, next, something that I want to kind of force myself to use up. This is Good Girl by Carolina Herrera. Now I have had this perfume for 3+ years, that I know for sure, and I don't know if you can tell, but there is not much in here. I kind of want to force myself to use this up, to be very honest, because if I loved it, I think it would already be empty and I would already have a backup bottle, but I've kind of outgrown the scent, so I just need to focus on using this more and kind of force myself to use it up. And I will definitely keep the bottle because it's so pretty, but I don't want to repurchase it or have it in my collection again, because I definitely have outgrown the scent. So I'm going to keep this in this pile. So this is pile which I want to force myself to use up, organically use up, and then I'll make a pile here of stuff that will probably still be here in 2026. So that should be our third pile. Okay, let's put something in the third pile also to kind of balance everything out. So this is going to be something I think will be here in 2026 as well. I don't use it very often. This is Dier's Hypnotic Poison. I absolutely love this scent. It's like very almondy basically. That's how I identify this. This is an almond scent. Smells very, very, very beautiful and amazing. Especially, I consider this to be like wedding guest fragrance, because I think it is so powerful, hypnotic poison. And of course there is sweetness in here, but it's more like grandeur, and it's more I'd say almost regal, I want to say. I feel like if you were a queen, like a real queen, or even a princess, this is something you would wear and like parade around your palace in, with like, you know, all your amazing outfits and your high heels and everything like that. But for a middle class person, this is something that you could wear when you go like for a wedding, when you're all decked up. And there will be a couple of weddings, not a couple, I mean there is one wedding I know I'm going to attend very soon, and then if there are more weddings this year, then I will be wearing this there as well. But apart from that, I definitely see myself having this for a couple of years more, because I absolutely love it and I savor it. So this is not something that I'll just casually wear like aise hi. So this is going to go in the third pile. Okay, now next, this is something which I also really, really love. This is Kayali's Love Fest Burning Cherry. Now, I recently smelled a perfume in Westside, which is also called Cherry. I will try and insert a picture somewhere if I can on the screen, but you can also go and watch my shorts that I made recently, where I featured that scent, which is basically like I want to say dupe version of Kayali Love Fest Burning Cherry or Tom Ford Lost Cherry, etc. I feel like Tom Ford is the most expensive one. This is still, I would say, at least for me, easier to repurchase. Whereas I think the West Side Cherry fragrance is something everyone could buy because it's that affordable and it smells really, really good. Of course, I cannot comment on the longevity of that one because I don't own it. And I can tell you that it smells really good. It also sits really well on my skin. So that's a good option in case you're looking for a cherry fragrance. This one, on the other hand, I have like half the bottle remaining, and I think I might organically end up using this up, or maybe not by the end of this year, but at least like beginning of next year. I think this will be gone because I'll be wearing it a lot in the winters. I will give this a break for the next couple of months because it doesn't really sit well on my skin in the warmer weather. So yes, this is something I might organically use up. I might again. So I think they should go in the middle category. Okay. Something else that I am pretty sure I will be using up, considering how much is in here. This is Verified's June. Now this is a really nice, warm, sweet fragrance. It's not like cloying sweet, but it's still got some warmth in there. I don't think it's warm enough for the winter, but it's also not like fresh or like wearable enough for the summer. It can get cloying. So this is something I wore a lot in the monsoon time, and I think that's how I'm going to be using it this year as well. So from June to September, this is going to get a lot of use. I mean June, so you see. So from June to September, this is going to get a lot of use. But yeah, I think this would be something that would eventually get used up. So even though I'm not going to technically force myself to use it, but I'm going to focus on it, and this one will be out of my collection as well by the end of this year. So it's going to go next to Carolina Herrera Good Girl. Okay, now another fragrance that I want to kind of force myself and use up is Zara's Pink Flambe. Now this is basically my Juicy Couture Vivala Juicy dupe, and because I don't have Vivala Juicy by Juicy Couture anymore, I definitely want to have it around in this form. But this has the most like shittiest longevity ever. Excuse my language, but it's pathetic. So that is why it doesn't even feel like worth it to have this around. But it's basically full. There is a lot of product in here. It's basically full, and I think I'm gonna have to wear this a lot, and I'll probably have to carry it around as well to be able to use it up. I might just keep this, to be honest, on my office car desk, so that I can spray this around often, reapply it, and eventually use it up. So I don't know if it's possible to use it up in 3 months, but I will at least try. So this is going to be something I keep around and wear a lot in the summer. So like starting now basically. So I'll keep it along with Verified's June over here, and then there's Carolina Herrera Good Girl as well. So these three, as so far we are focusing on using up these three. Okay, let's get back. Something else also that I want to kind of force myself to use up is this one right here. This is Moe Crock and Roll from Masaba by Nykaa. Again, you can see there is not much left over here. And this is also something which I feel I can only use in the summertime, or when I'm kind of like sick and I'm not looking for a perfume, but I still want to smell nice. Like I don't want to stink. That is when I can use this, and I think this will also be something that I am going to focus on using in the summer and use it up. So maybe what I can do is I can spray this on when I I'm starting my day basically. Like once I do my makeup, spray this on, leave the house, and I will leave the bottle at home. And then when I am in office, I will apply this on top when I feel like I just want to reapply my scent. So yes, these are all going to be in the same pile over here. Okay, let's move on next to which one should we talk about? This one. This is not my favorite. Let me start off with that. It's something that I kind of regret buying, if I'm going to be honest, because when I initially smelled this in, was it Marshalls or was it Home Sense? I can't remember. In the US, I think it was Marshalls or TJ Maxx, maybe not Home Sense. Maybe again, I can't remember. I thought this was going to be like Viva Juicy Couture. It is actually like Sol de Janeiro Shirosa 62, that one. So yes, it was definitely, I mean, I was expecting this to be like a dupe of one of my favorite fragrances. It ended up being a dupe of one of my least favorite fragrances, ones that I almost hate basically. But in the winter when I wore this, I did not hate it as much as I thought I would. You just have to make sure you don't overspray. If you overspray, you're going to choke yourself, you're going to give yourself a headache. If you just do a couple of light sprays, it's not that bad. So yes, keeping those things in mind, I don't think I'm going to be able to use it up. Let's see, how much is in here? I mean, I want to say like 80%. So yes, there is no way that I'm going to be able to use up the entire thing this year. So yeah, this is definitely going to be year in 2026 as well. I feel that. Then this is, wow, Hugo Boss the scent is something that again I used to love earlier. I outgrew the scent. I feel like that's how I feel about, and I've experienced this with a lot of fragrances that I initially loved them, like even Carolina Herrera Good Girl. Like there was a time I loved that scent. I would have even considered repurchasing it and have it in my collection forever. But over the years, I eventually outgrew the scent. So the scent, wow, that is funny. Just give me a second, guys. So yeah, my hand kind of started hurting. That's why I'm like switching hands in the middle, if you can see, because I'm basically holding my phone the entire time as I'm talking. But coming back, my personal experience has been definitely that I tend to outgrow scents over time. So buying the 100 ml bottle of this was definitely a regret. If I bought the 50 ml size, I think I would probably be close to using it up. Yeah, I was like checking how much I have left. I have like 60-ish% left, I want to say, in this bottle. So yes, I think what I'm going to figure doing with this, I was thinking this morning, is possibly mixing it with other scents. Like, for example, I have this one right here from like the Moe by Nykaa one, right? So if I maybe try and wearing them together, I don't know if it's going to like wear well together or not, if it's going to pair, but at least I can try. So yeah, I need to make this one work. I cannot say for like surety whether I will be able to use this or not, but I want to challenge myself by putting it in the project pan to use it up. Okay, the fragrance, the focus should be on the fragrances, not on my hand. So I'm gonna try and put this one in the project pan as well. It would be very hard to use up this entire one, but at least I'll attempt at doing that, and maybe pair it with other scents and see if that way I can make it work and it doesn't give me a headache. Like, I don't want to just overspray to use it up faster and then give myself a headache in the process. Like, that would kind of be like cheating, which I don't want to do. So yes, it's going to be difficult, but let's put this one in the project as well and see if I can use it up. Okay, moving on. Next, let's come back. We just have a few remaining. This is something I think I will, very organically use up. I mean, it is a tiny mini fragrance, and I think already I am, how much is left in here? I think 70% is left in this bottle, and it is so tiny, it's like a 30 ml bottle. So I think this is something I'm going to organically use up, so I don't need to even bother putting it in a project. So we're going to let this one be. Okay, now this one is actually a fragrance which I kind of regret buying. Again, I think the thing with this is I should keep it like maybe on my, like basically in my line of vision, so I can use this more. This could be like a chilling at home kind of a fragrance, and then I think I would be able to use it up. Should I do that? Should I also challenge myself to use this up this year and put it in the project pan and use it like every day or every other day? So this is like a cherry pistachio fragrance, but it's like the most like mild skin scent. It smells like a cherry candy basically. So every single time I've spoken about this in the past, I tell you that this is something you can just spray on before going to bed, or something that you're wearing at home just for yourself, because I don't think anyone's going to smell you when you're wearing this. It's that close to the skin. So yeah, again, this would be a fun challenge as well, but I feel like I have nothing like this. Like, it's the only one for the specific purpose, so there's like no competition basically. So it should be easy to use up for that reason. And again, there is not too much product. It's 50 ml. 50 ml in the next 10 months to use up should not be that difficult, right? So let's try and use this and see how it goes. Okay, so our project pan pile is just becoming bigger and bigger. Yeah, we have 6 fragrances already. That's like half of my collection basically. Okay, let's keep the box aside. Okay, this is basically the last one that I have for bigger fragrances, and then there are 2 travel sizes. Okay, this is something I might organically use up. I'm not sure, but I'm already considering buying a backup of this because my friend's friend is going to come from US, and this is one of the things I'm considering ordering. This one is a strong one that I'm considering ordering, and then a full size of Miami Nectar is also something that I'm considering. So yes, we'll see. But this is Soli Notes Amande. Basically, it's an almond fragrance, and this is something I wear as a body fragrance and also as a hair fragrance. I love spraying this in my hair on days that I wash it, because then it lasts in my hair for like 3 days basically, till my next hair wash. So yes, because it's only a 50 ml, I think this is something I will organically use up, and that is why I'm even considering to get a backup bottle of this, because that is how much I love it. Yes, I just told you like 2 minutes ago when I was talking about Hugo Boss that I outgrow fragrances, but I think my almond love has started recently, so I don't think I will outgrow this that soon. Let's see. Again, I could totally be putting my foot in my mouth, but let's see. Okay, we have 2 more fragrances, which are the last ones. These 2 are travel sizes. I have, okay, the basket is like really dirty. I'm going to clean this before putting the rest inside, so I'm just going to keep that aside. Okay, now we have a Miami Nectar, and we have Nika Love Struck, the Love Notes one. Now these 2 are like 10 ml travel sizes. Nika Love Notes, I thought I would use up or at least get good wear on it this year in the winter, but that did not end up happening, so I will possibly put this in like this category of stuff that I will organically use up. And I feel the same about this one as well. I think with like travel sizes, you never know, you might organically use it up, you might not, if you don't reach for it too much. And I also feel like because they are travel sizes and I don't have the full size of these fragrances, if I use up the travel size, I will want to repurchase either the full size or repurchase the travel size again. So sometimes I feel like I don't reach for it enough for that reason as well. I don't know, it's kind of a weird logic, but it is what it is, I guess. So yeah, that is basically it for all the fragrances. So in total we have 12 full sizes. Yes, so we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 and then 6 over here. So I am basically planning on using up 50% of my collection through Project Pan, which is this 50%, and then the rest 50% I feel like either I will use up organically, or I will basically use up organically, or I'll still have them next year. So yeah, very exciting, very ambitious, I would say. Like using up all of this would be very ambitious, but again, I want, like, the reason I'm doing this video, you guys, to be honest, is to motivate myself to be more strict with my no-buy, I guess, because like I told you recently, I went to West Side and I was smelling so many fragrances there, and I was really like, there were a couple, like the cherry one that I told you guys about, and then the apple one that I told you about. The cherry one, I was thinking ki this to I will use up, so then I'll have a backup. And the apple one was also really good, and I considered that as a summer fragrance. But now that I'm looking at this, I have 1 2 3 fragrances which are like summer fragrances, which I want to focus on. So unless and until I don't get use on these, I don't want to add anything new. And then this one I have a little bit left in, so if I use this up, then again I'll have more space in my basket, and then I can think about adding something new into my collection. But otherwise, I'm going to focus on using up these instead of buying new fragrances. So that's where my head was at, and that is why I wanted to motivate myself to, you know, do this video, and to motivate myself to not add any new fragrances to my collection. So yes, I can tell you that the agenda was successful, and now I am not feeling as excited or as into buying new fragrances. I want to focus more on using these ones up. So yes, that was that for this video. Let me know, you guys, how many fragrances you have in your collection. How are you a collector? Are you going through your phase where you want to try out all the new fragrances, or are you focusing on using it up, making your collection smaller, having like a capsule collection of like just your favorite fragrances that you want to use and love, or do you still want to like buy and try out new fragrances? So where is your head at? Let me know down below in the comments. But that's gonna be it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm gonna see you next time. Bye guys. Bye bye.